Hey there guys, it's Chocolate Milk here. We're going to play some more Lost Odyssey today. On the agenda, we are going to explore a new area. We're going to finish off the pirate quest by finding our last pirate. We'll also get a good reward for that. And then we're just going to start in the new area that we unlock. So where you found the last pirate, the one that was hiding in the bubbles, Jila, you'll want to stay in the same area and you'll want to find a little cave. And it will lead up to that glowing dot on our map, which is of course a new area that we haven't visited before. So you want to go through this tiny cave, and then you have to kind of move around a little bit until you find a place to land. It's a little bit finicky, but you can eventually launch up. And then land and you'll come to a new area. So you haven't been here before, and this is where our last pirate's hiding. So it's the Kelolon Village. We're going to be here really quickly right now, and then we're going to come back here. So I've cut out a bunch of dialogue I'll be splicing in later for spoils and such. So, alright, in order to find the pirate, you have to have Sed in your active party, meaning that he has to be in the party that you use to attack. So just put him in anywhere, it doesn't really matter. This next battle isn't difficult at all. But put Sed in your party and walk around the village, and you'll eventually get into an enemy encounter. I love the music for this place. It makes me feel happy. It's so, I don't know, it just feels so cheery and wonderful and lovely. I love it. It's my favorite battle music in the game for sure. Alright, so you'll see that the pirate is here. This human thinks he's king of the world. Go get him. These frogs are gonna kill me. Wait, Orly, is that you? What the heck are you doing here? It's funny because the name's Orly, but it's spelled like oh really, so I'm just like, oh really? There's 4 of them. The only one that's going to do a lot of damage is Kelolon C, because it can cast Flare, which will do more damage than a regular attack will do. But these guys are water elemental, so attack them with Grounda. You can put Earth Rings on your physical attackers if you'd like to do some additional damage. Really, they're a pushover. They have a lot of HP, but there's pretty much no way you can lose this battle. I mean, it would be very difficult to lose, so basically just take them out one by one, focus on one at a time, using the ground spells. Really self-explanatory. They go down real nice and easy. The Kelolons are pretty weak, so I'm just going to cut the rest of this battle out. And you'll see that we got him rescued, so Sed will tell him to go to the hideout. And that concludes the pirate quest. That is our last pirate, so now we're going to return to the pirate's fortress. And once you get here, Barg will tell you to go over to the workshop because someone wants to see us, so we're going to head that way now. And when we get here, some of his crew is waiting for us. And they'll tell us that they want to give us a present, so this is what we get for doing this quest. It's a new gun for Sed. It's actually the best gun in the game for him. Off the top of my head, from memory, it is. So you get a really good gift from doing this quest. I do suggest doing it. It's worth it in the end. You get the magic Rifle of Aneira, and I suggest equipping that right away, and you know, the ring can go to whoever you'd like to put it on. Now that that quest is done, we're going to return to the Kelolon Village to do some more stuff over there. And this is where I spliced in the little dialogue that comes in the first time you come to the village. This is basically just the Kelolons having a conversation over what's happening in their village right now. They're having a tournament between all the Kelolons. It's called the Kelolons Master Tournament. It's a test of skill and strength. The champion gets crowned, the king, the champion. The king, and then if you get to challenge the actual king himself, you get to bet on something. And the king apparently is a master of white magic, so Cook will pipe up because she is considered the master of white magic in our party. She's got the best white magic in the game, or yeah, the game for our party. So if we win, the Kelolon King will teach us his white magic. So it's basically just like a white magic versus white magic tournament. And this is totally optional, but you get an achievement for doing this little tournament, and you also get some accessories that you won't find anywhere else in the world, so one-time only ones, and it's kind of fun to do. So we're going to take part in the tournament, but first we're going to loot this area because I'm probably only going to be making the one video here, or this is 2 videos, but we're only going to come to this area once. There's no need to come back here more than once after you've looted the place and done the tournament, so make sure to get the treasures in this area as well as the seal. The seal's kind of hidden over here in the corner, and you actually get quad element amulet, which is really good. I suggest picking that up. It'll give you better defense against all of the elements, obviously, so it'll increase your magical defense. But there's really not a whole lot here. It's basically just the tournament that is the major point. The few pots, there's a seed in here, so that's always a good thing to grab. And there's some shops and stuff, so just take your time, take a look around, be a tourist in a city where you're the only human, or only bunch of humans. That would be kind of a strange experience, I think. And over on the left-hand side here, you've got an inn. You can sleep for really cheap. It's 30G if you want to stay and rest up and restore all your HP, or you can go back to the white bow. It's your choice. And this guy here has got some stuff. I would suggest buying this just in case you need it for the tournament, because you can use items. And this village also has some exclusive weapons. I suggest buying the rune stick for Cook for this upcoming part, and the Kalonga sword if you want to buy it for Kaim and Seth for later. And they also have the spell Resurrect, which you can't get anywhere else, so I also suggest buying that one. So the Kelolon store is actually pretty good. And once you're all ready to go, you've shopped and you've saved and you've looted, then I would suggest going in, equipping that good weapon on Cook, and then just getting ready for the tournament. Of course, you're going to save in case you accidentally mess up. And then when you're ready, you want to talk to this Kelolon here. He'll ask us if you want to participate. And we need to first of all do the qualifier round. It's basically the last man standing. We can only use our fists. We cannot use any magic for this battle. So that's why I suggested use buying the weapon, because you have to depend solely on your attack power for this first round. So he's just kind of going over what this is. He's just going to tell us it's the first round, it's the qualifier round. Basically, like last man standing, no magic. So to keep that in mind, you can still use a weapon and a ring, which is probably your best bet here. Now these guys are pretty weak, so I'm actually not going to put a ring on first time here. I'm going to put on some Kelolon earrings because I'm not too sure if they're going to inflict a status effect on me. So I've gone ahead and done that. And you can attack either one of them if you'd like. I think there's about 5 Kelolons in total to defeat. I would, like I said, was just buying that weapon for Cook, and then if you have an Earth Ring in your inventory somewhere, I would also suggest putting that on her for the additional attack, as well as you can, if you get a perfect, you get additional attack that way as well. And this battle should be really easy. You really shouldn't have any problem at all. Kelolons are very, very weak to begin with. I mean, they really don't do any kind of damage at all. It's basically just going to be sit here and one-hit all these Kelolons until you're the last one standing. So I've sped this up because there's no sense in watching this. Plus for video time, I tried to squeeze this area, the village, into 2 videos. So trying to save from the boredom and everything like that. As you can see, I'm not having any trouble at all with this. They haven't even gotten my HP down to half, and I completely wiped the floor with them, and we are done that first round, so there we go. We made it past the qualifiers, which means that we're, I guess, officially in the actual tournament itself, so. You still have the finals ahead of you, don't you think you won just because you got past the qualifier, blah blah blah. So we're gonna be going. I guess it's just the qualifiers and then the finals. There's not really anything in between. So before you go to the finals, you'll want to, of course, get ready for that. You'll have an opportunity to go ahead and heal Cook from any injury she's had using another person, so you don't use your MP, which I would suggest doing, using any items to get Cook's, MP back, even though she couldn't use MP anyways. I would equip an Earth Ring, and I would also save, because if you screw up, you have to start at the very beginning. Which sucks because this is a set of 4 battles, so you have to fight 4 battles in a row without losing. If you lose one, you have to go back to the beginning, and it's very, very annoying. So we're gonna get this thing underway here. I think I'm ready to go. You'll see me switch my equipment up a little bit and everything like that along the way, but it's really not that difficult. It's not difficult as it seems anyways. It might seem like it's a hard thing to do because you just have Cook, but it's really not, as long as you know what you're doing. Now that you're in the finals, you don't have any restrictions. You can use items, you can use magic, you can attack, you can do pretty much anything. So this is your first opponent. This is the Kelolon. I'm just gonna take a stab at him here. He's a gigantic pushover. He'll attack you, and if you're not fast enough at defeating him, what he will do is he'll break off into like 5 Kelolons. Like 5 Kelolons will like come out of his body, and you have to defeat 5 of them individually. But really, he's the easiest of the 4. It's total joke battle. And we're gonna be going up against Uncle Kelolon next, who is another human who thinks he's a Kelolon, which is all sorts of creepy. And Uncle Kelolon is actually the hardest of the 4 to beat, probably because he's not a Kelolon, which would probably make sense. He's another human, and he's certainly no pushover. So I guess I don't really have a whole lot of strategy for this guy, because a lot of the stuff I tend to do doesn't really work in my favor. Since he's not an actual Kelolon himself, you can't really depend on the ground aspect, because it's not going to do additional damage. He's just a regular human. You can attack him if you'd like. That might be your best bet, or you can go in with a Force spell. I didn't try it, but I would assume something like Force to do a lot more damage. And with him, I would suggest not letting your HP get anywhere below 300, because he'll do, 150 a turn approximately, and if you're not ready for that, he could hurt you. So I'm going to go in and equip something that's going to give me some more HP, and I'm going to go ahead and heal up. The good thing with Cook is that since she is the best white mage in the game, and she has really good casting speed, she can go in and she can heal in 1 turn, so you're not waiting for 2 turns to heal yourself. Now when you get him down to about half HP, he'll call out on his wife to help him, which is cheating. He'll use an attack called "This is my wife," which is exactly what it sounds like. This is my wife. He's gonna call, I think her name's Wifina, or something like that. Now, she's annoying because she will not only heal him, but she'll also buff him up a little bit, put Barricadus on, shield us. But the good thing is that if you destroy the Uncle Kelolon first, she'll run away, and you don't have to deal with her. So make Uncle Kelolon your focus, take him out, and Wifina will run away like a little bitch. So yeah, definitely the hardest of the 4. For me anyways, he's always been the hardest, and after that, this whole tournament should pretty much be cake. We're halfway there, and our 3rd contestant is apparently a level 99 Kelolon. I'm gonna tell you right now, this guy is definitely not level 99. In fact, he is probably not even level 9 if he was anywhere, lucky, because he's just like any other Kelolon. It should take you 3 or 4 turns to defeat him. He does seem to have a bit more HP and a little bit more stamina than the average Kelolon, but he's water, so he's still weak to the ground spells. So just attack him using your weapons with the earth elemental damage on it. The thing to remember about him is that if you do cast a ground spell and you don't kill him in 1 turn, he will mirror it back at you, which is going to do more damage than he would normally attacking. So what I do is I attack him first to get his HP down a little bit, and then I go in and I use a good ground spell for good measure, just to finish him off, making sure to keep healed, of course, and everything like that. So I'm going to put my earrings back on so I get some black magic, and I'm going to go ahead and just cast the spell and finish him off. Nothing to worry about with this guy is, of course, the mirroring. Everything else should be fine. Really shouldn't have much of a trouble with him either, as long as you you know what you're doing. So, in a few seconds flat, we've taken care of our third, you know, I guess, contestant, which really isn't much of a contestant. But there's a twist. The fourth contestant is actually Mac. Mac has decided to enter this tournament. And so it's going to be a little bit brother-sister rivalry here to see who is the better of the two, or the stronger rather. Now, you would think that, you know, trying to defeat Mac would be hard, but it's really not. Mac is pathetic. He'll waste his turns using things to like buff him up, which gives you extra time to attack him and put additional damage on him. He'll taunt you and use powers and things like that. Really not a big deal. I wouldn't let my HP get too low though. I would probably not go below 400 for Mac just to be safe. And the other thing about Mac is that once you get his HP down enough, he'll actually it's really funny. You'll see a little cutscene here. I'll just sped up the battle until you see it. He actually gets yelled at by Cook, which causes a status effect on himself. Cook will yell at him for being, you know, for hitting him, and he'll get the status effect terrorized on him, which makes it so he might not even attack you. So I would use Force on Mac, which was going to do the most damage. Keep healed, and just, you know, take your time with it. Really shouldn't take you that long, especially if you use Force, which would do almost 500 damage a turn. So there you go. I guess Cook has proven her worth, and she is, in this tournament, the better of the two, because Mac spends his time being a dummy. And Mac was the last fight, so we actually get, I guess, finish the finals, because there's nobody else here, so there we go. We have a new champion. The winner of the Kelolon Masters Tournament is Cook. And now, ladies and gentlemen, all rise to salute the king. So now we get to fight the king of the Kelolons, which is what we are waiting for. If we defeat him, we get his spell, and we also get an achievement for defeating him, as well as some really nice accessories that you can't get anywhere else in the game. And we're just going to talk to him for a minute. He's going to tell us what he wants. Basically, he's going to tell us what he wants. If he wins, he gets it, and if I win, then I get what I want. So if he wins this match, he wants Cook to become his wife. That is his bet, which is really disgusting because Cook's like 12 years old or even younger than that. And then he changes his mind. He decides he wants to marry Sarah and Cook, which is all sorts of wrong. Interspecies relationships are just, I don't even want to go there. And we're gonna save the fight for him for the next video, because this video is running a little bit long today, and it's gonna take a little bit of time to defeat him because he's obviously the king. So next time we face up against the Kelolon King. Thank y'all so much for watching, and I will see you all later.